a little dangerously in that second match, coming back from 12 points to 0 down to eventually beat the Poles 19-12. But you can see the Poles there wearing red. But I have made this point today. Now, Poland, as a nation, doesn't really have a particularly long, deep rugby history. Penalty advantage being played there to Poland. There was a high tackle. But what Poland do is they get the Olympics, and they put a lot of effort, both resources and not a little skill, in actually succeeding. They've always had good relay teams in track and field who are always really, as a unit, we're always better than the sum of the individual parts. Georgia, well, making huge strides in the 15s game, but at the moment, I suppose you'd have to say, Marcus, Georgia are only really making short and small steps in 7's.
Yeah, I would say so. I think they've kind of stayed the same sort of level. I think a couple of years ago, Georgia were actually quite high up in the FIRA standings, maybe just petering off a little bit, putting more emphasis in 15s, like you said.
So Plichter there wearing 8. Takes the contact, that's the halfway line, fed out there by Daniel Gadula. Gadula, one of the try scorers over the course of the day. Taken forward by Boziaki. Boziaki, who is the Polish team captain. The pass a little loose, but picked up well there on the half volley. Back to Gadula again. That tackle a little bit high coming in from Kariashvili. Referee lets it go, though. There was Bratchik bursting through. Important that he's knocked down. He's
clear the tackle zone.
A rather heavy-duty fella.
Yeah, this Polish team very aggressive and very physical being shown there.
And playing with plenty of tempo there. That was quick thinking, fast reactions from Boziaki. And he sent off Matthias Plichter, one of the brothers in this 7. And he gets the try. It's his 3rd of the weekend. He's done well.
Yeah, Poland really using their physicality, which I've seen in their other 2 games is definitely their strong point. And here, a bit of quick thinking, and Plichter goes in the corner. Nice dive to finish off.
It is remarkable. I think it's a marvellous tribute to Poland that they are producing a 7 side so swiftly, which is competitive. If we bear in mind, for players like you, I mean, catching a ball, a rugby ball, is an innate skill. It's something you've done since you were a young lad. Many of these Poles, they'll have come from other areas, maybe track and field. There will be 1 or 2 maybe judo players, all other variety of Olympic sports, but they've turned to rugby, and they are competing here at a very high level. And as we saw against England, it caused them a few concerns. And also, let's be frank, there are not too many overseas recruits, if you put them in inverted commas, in this Polish side. So Georgia, how can they respond to this? Whoever loses here, definitely out of the cup competition for tomorrow. So there is still plenty at stake. Well, it's 1 against 1. Good handoff there from the Georgian. And I have to say that David Plichter should have gone low, but he didn't. And the try has been scored. And the celebrations there from Elias Spandarashvili, or Rabazi Karadzishvili, I should say, number 11.
It's quality play there from Kariashvili. Just showing his footwork and speed. And the guile there on the one-on-one, lovely handoff there. Goes back again. It's quality attack there. You just, even if you put the hand off there, you might have to use it once or twice just to keep that Polish defender away from you. And Kariashvili there does it so well, creates enough space, and he's got enough wheels to finish that one.
Let's see how honed this particular skill is. It's something we focused on quite a bit today. That's a good hanging restart. Not back well there by Schneladze, but Poland once again anticipating it, and there we see the strength in the tackle. The ball being presented by Boziaki, the captain. Certainly looks the most polished player in this Polish side at the moment. Appears to have all the skills, bit of space now for Gadula. Gadula already a try scorer, held that up well, good dummy. Support there to David Plichter. They're inside the Georgia 22. Now the Georgian defence has had time to regroup itself. That's a long and rather hopeful pass. The ball went forward. No more than a knock-on. Huge game coming up very shortly. England, who had a few wobbles against the Russians, who were very impressive against Georgia at the start of the day, but England against Russia. I know we're talking about parallels with the spherical ball game that's going on. I do wonder if this is some sort of dress rehearsal for a match in that particular competition over in Russia, which may be happening later in the week. Well, we know England are there. Russia have yet to do that. They've got their quarter-final in the World Cup football to come later today. And he's away here, is Maciashvili, but he was taken down well there by Poland, and Poland get the penalty. 90 seconds or so to go in this half.
Poland really winning the breakdown battle at the minute.
Yeah, good.
Just showing their physicality every time the Georgian goes down. You see Polish bodies all over that breakdown, and they're getting some success from it, getting some turnovers, and it's working in their favour at the minute.
On the line.
So let's see how their line-out operates here. Another of almost those core team skills, much rehearsed in training. Ball slapped back. Poland have it, even if they've conceded 20 metres or so in the process. The man there in the headgear is Szczepanski. Szczepanski looping around, and Georgia getting their man down. There is Szczepanski feeding the ball on. The long pass out from Plichter. Good offload. Poland very mindful of where the touchline is. That is the captain, Boziaki. Passed on by David Plichter. His Georgian defensive line holding well at the moment. These two sides have met at each of the series' previous two tournaments. In Moscow, they played off for 11th place, so they were the bottom two sides, and it was Georgia who prevailed by 34 points to 7. But it was a different story last weekend in Marcoussis in France.
Clear.
Close to the French capital. Poland beat Sweden on the way to beating Georgia 19-10 to win the bowl prize. So all the evidence is that this Polish team is very much on the upgrade. The hooter is gone, but they will have the opportunity to take the line out. 7 points to 5, just the conversion making the difference. There you can see the Polish bench and the brains trust behind them. So from within the shadow of the main stand, they've gone short. The ball went 5 metres on to Kadula. Kadula looking for the decoy runner inside. Georgia not falling for it. Got quick ball. Szczepanski feeding it out there. This time it's with Plichter. Poland know they have to make this count. There's a high tackle, so the referee's playing an advantage here to Poland. Well, it is a bit of a shot to nothing here, and I think somebody's hurt themselves. It's the Polish captain. Looks rather like a knee injury to me.
Yeah, that didn't look nice. You heard a very loud scream there. It didn't look good at all. Hopefully for Boziaki, not a terrible injury, but yeah, like you said, looks a lot like a knee.
Yes, I think he might have been the victim of the high tackle, which only seems like a detail now, because they are going to lose their captain. He really is quite influential.
Yeah.
And it's almost certain that he's going to be leaving the pitch here, and perhaps will take no further part over the course of the 2 days.
Yeah, interestingly, Poland have played a really smart game. You see them kicking to the corners quite often, but the one chance they did have, where Georgia weren't ready, they tapped and went, and it's just clever play from the Poles, and just keeping hold of the ball, playing nice sevens.
We're just looking there at England, who are preparing for their final pool match against Russia. What do you make of England here? They were emphatic in the first match, but did they show, or not enough respect? Did they show not enough respect to the Poles in that second match? Because they very nearly came unstuck, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It was definitely a tester for that English side. You know, I think if you saw the two teams on paper beforehand, you'd think that England would win by a fair few points. They'll be looking for a better performance in this next game now.
Well, there is the knock-on. And that is the half-time whistle. So it's still very tight in this match between two sides who have yet to win a game. Down here in Exeter, Georgia leading by 7 points to 5.
მომისმენთ აქ მოვიდა. არაფერი არ ხდება, შეგვიძლია კიდე ბურთი უნდა გქონდეს. ბურთი თუ არ დავითრიეთ, ეხლა მაგათი საწყისია რა. პირველი ბურთი უნდა ავიღოთ რა. თავი მოიკალეთ, პირველი ბურთი უნდა ავიღოთ. დადეკით გინდა 2-1, გინდა მოდი დავდგეთ ისე 2-4 რა. არ გვინდა ეს 2-1 რა. 2-4 დავდგეთ, ზურა ავწიოთ რა, გთხოვთ რა. მოვიდა. კახელო აწევს რა. Давай, треба ორილალე გვიდა გასიკერხვათ რა.
Well, we've had the cigarette packet out of Marcus and I. We've been doing a few sums on the back of it. Now, to go through to the Cup quarter-finals, in very simple terms, Poland will do it if they win here. Georgia, they will go through, but only if they win by quite a significant margin. So depending where your loyalties are, as far as Poland are concerned, all they need is victory. As for Georgia, well, they need to win this match, and I would have thought maybe open up a gap of something like 15 or 20 points. There's the restart from Poland. It's not gone 10, and it's one of those law variations that we have in sevens. It is a free kick on the halfway line. Georgia's ball, 7 points to 5. Poland desperate here to go through to the last 8. Georgia very precise with the passing, using the full width of the pitch. And he's taken on his man, and that was splendid from Georgia, and they've got the score. And he's gone in the corner, and Lasha Lomitsa has given Georgia a bit of hope here. They do have every chance of progressing to the last 8.
This is exactly what the Georgians needed. They need to be high tempo. Like we said, if they need to win by 15, 20 odd points, they really need to start off with a bang, which is exactly what they've done here. Lasha Lomitsa, lovely feet from Lomitsa there. Just the in and out. You see Dan Norton do that sort of thing all the time. Defender just turns his shoulders towards you and then comes out, lovely feet. Here you see it, left foot. Defender then comes in, sits back on his haunches, and it just gives Lomitsa that little cue just to step back off his right, and he knows he's got him after that and canters into the corner.
Well, I wonder if somebody's doing the sums over there on the Georgia bench. They have a lead here. It's only 7 points. I reckon they need at least another try here to ensure they go into the last 8. Increase that gap. The ball now in the possession of their Shabansky. 2 grabs taken by Poland. The clock running down. 5 minutes though. That's a long time in sevens play. They have to hit their man to Georgia. Kevin Bradchik making many meters that perhaps he shouldn't have made there. This is Plikta feeding the ball outside. It's now in the hands of Gudula. 8 to 9 meters inside the Georgia half, and Georgia have got the penalty. Polish hands on the ground.
Playing the ball on the floor.
Yeah, tables are turned a little bit there in the breakdown battle. Georgia just winning it. They really need to play high tempo.
Well, demands for both teams to score tries here. They're going to have to play the full 14 minutes. Taking the tackle there was Kariashvili. Scorer of the try in the first half for Georgia. Long flat pass there. The referee was having a good long hard look at that, but there's space out wide, and Georgia are going to get another. And with each of these scores, they're making their way towards the last 8. The scorer this time, Georgi Chuatsa.
Great try from Chuatsa there. As you just see, as he catches the ball, just a tiny little hitch kick here. Something you might not even be able to tell, but just that little hitch kick is enough just to get outside the Polish defender, who's already committed, so he's diving. And just with that hitch kick, just manages to get outside the tackle. and then it's an easy finish from there, and strolls underneath the post to make it an easier kick as well. Beautiful try.
Off Georgia's foot, not 10.
So it's very, very close now for that qualification spot for the last 8 between Georgia and Italy.
Okay, yeah.
Georgia leading here by 14. It's all down to points difference. Off and running there is Mateusz Plichta. Well, if the scores remain as they are, I can confirm that Georgia will go through, but another try here for Poland would open the door for the Italians, and we've still got more than 2 minutes to go. Georgia will not be satisfied with this gap. They'll want at least another score, and perhaps it's going to come now. And bursting his way through there is Karaszashvili, his second try of the match, and that could settle it for Georgia. They're on their way to the last 8, unless something quite dramatic happens in the last 2 minutes. Absolutely no need to hurry. They add 2, and those 2 points takes them that little bit closer.
Yeah, exactly like you said, no need to hurry. I was wondering there why the Georgians actually tapped and went so early. I thought they could have wasted a bit more time, but when you've got players with the footwork of Vanidze there, who just sets Karaszashvili through. Lovely footwork, lovely offload.
Now, you know all the tricks of the trade. You'd have been, what, you'd have done a couple of press-ups, run around in circles a couple of times before putting it down, wouldn't you?
Hold the ball for as long as you can over that try line.
The clock running down, a little more than 90 seconds to go. Georgia inflicting a blow here on Italy, and remember, Italy picked up the bronze medal in the series opener over in Moscow back in May. They look like missing out on the top 8. Georgia are celebrating. They're going to get another here. It's another score, and that was quite brilliant. Karaszashvili, the captain, gets his score, and there is delight for the Georgian bench. Well, they got off to a slow start today when they were really put to the sword by England. But they held Russia to just 12 points, which in the end has proved very significant indeed, because this goes down to points difference. They're running away now from Poland. And they will be moving into the last 8 as one of those best 2 third-place sides.
Yeah, Georgia have been relentless this half. Said they needed high tempo. They've come out the blocks absolutely flying. Everything they're doing with 100%. And their skills have been on point. They're looking for the holes there. And Karaszashvili finishes it in the corner.
A little offload
Forward.
there from Pavel Stempel. The ball going forward though. So time is out. There's the hooter. Now, Georgia here will just want to get the ball into touch. It's as simple as that.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Well, there is the whistle blown, and there's going to be a yellow card here, and no arms tackle, so inflicting more pain on Poland. So Georgia
marked here.
on their way here to joining Portugal.
It's late and there's no arms.
As the third-place side who have done enough to go through to the last 8, and there's a little kick ahead, and it's come from Karaszashvili, the captain. The footballing skills appropriate this afternoon, and the try is scored. Well, the last 3 or 4 minutes, Georgia have been clinical. There's no doubt that Polish heads have dropped, but it has been a stunning performance from the men from Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia aren't in the Football World Cup, but there'll be a few football players pretty happy with that touch there. Lovely stuff by Karaszashvili. Lovely, nice little deft touch. It's so difficult sometimes when you grubber it through and there's 5-10 metres left to the try line. You don't know whether to pick the ball up or hit it again. And a lovely deft touch there, and he just manages to finish it.
So in the end, 38 points to 5 for Georgia is enough